First question for you. I just read an article that said the more comfortable and convenient society becomes, the more disease actually grows. What do you have to say to that?
I remember a telephone call with Professor Friedrich in Germany. Two professors on the line, like a Zoom. And he said, Wim, democracy is at peril because the people are becoming so weak. And I said, give me those people 1 week and we make them strong again. So democracy and its comfort zone behavior is getting weak. We can go to Mars, we can go to the moon, but we can't guarantee happiness, strength, and health. We got all these diseases, depressions, and it's weakness. It's too much comfort kills. To go to the uncomfortable situations makes you strong. You go to the cold, then the cold doesn't come to you. You go to the stress doesn't come to you.
Wow, that's amazing. So my next question is, how does is stress actually a good thing?
Acute stress is called hormesis. Hormesis is self-inflicted acute stressful exercise, what we just did. That raises the adrenal axis for just a spike by which anything that should not be in the body gets rid. Like damaged cells, cancer cells, stem cells are activated. All the good things are happening. But long-term stress, chronic stress, is the constant presence of cortisol will drain the body. And then the body becomes weak.
So the idea is just to keep yourself within those micro doses of stress, that hormesis.
Exactly, yes. Micro doses of stress is hormesis, and it's now also proven that it will create a circuitry in the brain that is able to defy stress much better in daily life.
And that basically eliminates or helps us deal with the longer forms of stress.
We live in a fast kind of society demanding lifestyles, and that creates cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone. When that is too long in the body, then the parasympathetic, the healer in the body, the regenerator in the body is not able to be activated. And then we don't regenerate energy. And when we don't regenerate energy, we drain.
Wow.
And then we become weak. And then we become vulnerable for disease.
Wow. Incredible. Do you think humans have untapped abilities that we've forgotten?
Absolutely. We are here to realize our souls and not to just serve a system. The system is convenient to maintain whatever culture is going on, but in the end, it abuses, it goes into abuse of the soul. Because let's not forget why we are here. To free our ancestral spirits and our spirit here in this life.
That's our life's purpose?
Following exactly the purpose of life is to enlighten our soul. And that now metaphysically is able to be measured. So why wait with this and not make our souls, all of us in all this nation, sane? It is time for the soul.
Wow, incredible, incredible. How much of this practice is in the mind versus the physical body? Like all the feats that you've done, how much of is it physical capability versus mental resiliency, mental strength?
Yes, I'm a seeker. I'm a seeker for the soul. I didn't find it in books. And I think it is connected with my mother. And my mother made me a missionary. She was promising God that if God made me being born alive, this is a mother, eh?
Yeah.
And a mother in fear, I was going to die at my birth, suffocating and all. And I came to life in a hallway with the promise, the invocation of my mother, let this child live, God. She was God-fearing. Let this child live. I will make him a missionary. That is a promise of her. And I'm just living that.
Wow.
It is so strong, that a spell, positive spell in me is so strong. My mother here and now, in the afterlife, present in my heart. I'm here, Mom. I'm doing the work.
Incredible. In your talk last night, I had the opportunity to see you live. It was incredible. And before you came out, you had told us, you're like, I don't have a plan. I just come from the heart. And what you had said was just, it was brilliant. There was one thing in particular you had mentioned that you said, the breathing in the practice helps with three things. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was the nervous system. There's three systems. What are those systems and how do they connect? It was the nervous system.
You have the cardiovascular system.
That's
you have the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system, which is part of the autonomic nervous system.
Yes.
And then you got the central nervous system.
Yes.
And the central nervous system is here. We look like aliens if you would strip us. You see the brain with the wires. That is us inside. That is the central nervous system. So if we only are able to control 16% of that brain, then of course we will lack in whatever we got to do during life, and we will miss out. So how to activate 100% of the central nervous system? How to go into the autonomic nervous system, into the depth? That is done by breathing.
Wow.
Breathing and believing. Have faith. Have faith that is able to go past our conditioned mind.
Wow.
And body.
Wow. Amazing. So for those of you for those of people that are listening that have never done the Wim Hof technique, essentially, can you just explain it really quickly? Just the breath, what's being done?
Yeah, know that there is now a way to biohack into yourself and get aligned with the depth of your physiology, both in the mind and body, the way nature meant it to be. And then you will be able to claim the power of your mind, to realize your soul. Know that that is there. And then, what do I have to do? Take a cold shower. You don't pay the bill for the energy anymore. You get energy. And from there,
I'm so energized right now.
Yeah, Jonah and me, we went 14 minutes into the icy water.
I'm shaking right now.
He's a young man. We are. My heart condition is over 18-year-old. That is what the cold is doing. You will never have to suffer a heart attack, because it is killer number one in our society.
It's the number one.
We can tackle it. We can tackle actually any problem of life. Just go into the breathing, into believing, into the cold, and get this heart really warm-hearted out there and love life.
Wow. Incredible. What's just a few more questions for you, Wim. You've obviously seen a lot through your days. Are we becoming more and more disconnected with technology? What's your relationship with AI? What's your relationship with technology?
And the name says it, AI. We are two eyes with a soul. AI is empty. It has no soul. So apparently the evolution is showing us, hey, what are you going to do with this? Because you didn't go to the soul, so I'm going to present you emptiness. And a technology that is more intelligent than what you can come up with, because you have not been connecting to the soul. Because once you connect to the soul, you become happy, strong, and healthy. Real intelligence is not technology. Real intelligence is happiness, strength, and healthy. And to pass it on to our children. Our children are depending upon us. Let's stand like men and become happy, strong, and healthy. Listen to the soul. Realize and free yourself of any demon inside, of whatever way or shape they come and are. We are built to be able to enlighten our souls. And that's what I give and pass to our children, because I love them.
Wow. So you're saying like liberation is our destiny. We're designed to free ourselves.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow. Incredible.
God is here, and here we are.
Here we are. What's the biggest misconception people have about Wim Hof? What
That he is a superhuman, and that he is the Iceman, and all.
You're just a nice guy.
What I can do, anybody can do.
Seriously?
This is what I show every time. I mean, 67 minutes, and this motherfucker is 66, going 67 minutes in the icy water. I can also do the plank like 20 minutes. You know, things like that. Or scissor kicks like crazy. And I see all these soldiers and keeping on going. What is that? That is a mind exercise that wants to be happy, strong, and healthy. I give all I got, but then all is able to come too. And that is more than we think. So the misconception is, oh, I cannot do this. You can do this. You can do more than you think. Wow. There it is.
That belief, that self-belief is contagious. It really is. If someone feels depressed, if someone feels anxious, if they feel stuck in their bodies, if they feel stuck in their minds, what's one piece of advice you could give, especially the younger generation, to just get out of that anxiety loop and out of their head?
Lie on your bed or on a sofa and start to do the breathing. I got breathing on the YouTube. It's 110 million times downloaded. It shows that it works. It's for free. Freedom is for free. You freeing yourself of anxiety is for free. Just breathe. Deeper than you are captivated. Because shallow breathing causes a wrong biochemistry that gets into your head, and then you feel anxious. Anxiety is simply biochemical matter you can solve with breathing, deep breathing. You release the biochemistry and you become more alkaline, and it solves all. Very simple.
You answered the question in the cold tub about yoga and how Patanjali created pranayama, and that those techniques were for a different time. The Wim Hof method is for right now, society, how the real world is. We have a lot of issues at hand. What about physical capabilities, your flexibility, other practices? Is there anything you can speak to the yogis on that? How to take care of the body?
Yeah. Just serve your soul and your body will follow. Some people need more muscle training, others more running, others flexibility of the body. Doesn't matter. It will your body will serve the surge to your soul and the realization of it. Because your body is a vessel. We are not here to be better than somebody else, but to become the best within ourselves.
Yeah, that's great advice. All right, last question, Mr. Hof. What does it mean to be alive?
It's bloody great. Oh, man, to be alive. Yeah! Yeah. Every day when I wake up, I want to become the best version of myself. I do my best. It's not always happening that exactly, but there is every day the moment that I feel the best of myself and that I'm serving my soul. And I got little children. My oldest is 42. My youngest is 16 months. Wow. Hey, I'll be around. I live out anybody. That is my belief within me. I have to. Gotta serve my kids. And stay around, say 100 years, 120 years, 140 years. I'm right now studying the bowhead whales. They have a protein called inducible RNA binding protein. And it's abundant in these animals. These are mammals. They got to maintain core body temperature. So every time they get a load of cold water coming in, the core body temperature of these mammals is jeopardized. And for that, they have these proteins. And these proteins, they repair the cell instantly. Cell repairing mechanisms. And what is aging? Aging is that the cell repairing mechanisms deteriorate. What is cancer is that the cell repairing mechanisms, they try to repair, but they mutate. That is cancer. So that you don't find cancer in biohacking worlds because they got those proteins. And I want this to be studied more because now it seems that the trigger for those proteins is the cold.
Wow.
Is what we did just now. So how do I love life? Hey, every day I go into the cold. I love it. And now I'm studying how to become 120 years or 130 years. But I will come up with proof, not just blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how like simple your approach is, and so, it's so intuitive. It's not overcomplicated. You're not. It's just you can tell it was created out of struggle. It was created out of your process of transformation. Do you meditate? Is meditation worth? Do you meditate in the cold? Do you meditate outside?
We recently meditation is great. Yeah.
How do you meditate?
Meditate. We just did a study with 500 people. And we did this Wim Hof method. I don't know if you heard of Wim Hof.
I've heard of it, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
Okay.
Some guy.
Some guy, it's crazy.
Yeah. He screams all the time.
Yeah, that one. Exactly. So they did this a part of me, a study with 500 people who live in a very stressful jobs, like accountancy.
Yeah.
A price house, water coopers. And they compared it to meditation and mindfulness. Appears to be that this method works 300% better in cognitive awareness, 300% better in stress resilience, and 400% more energy boost. Wow. And then they found another thing. It's called trust. Trust is a higher functioning of the subcortical area in the brain, which was considered to be outside of our will power. You know, how can you trust when there is a competition going on around you?
Is it trust with others or within yourself?
Yeah. By having trust within yourself, you have trust outward.
Understood.
So they saw, it's a study, a part with the Harvard University, and they did this, and they saw that the people trusted each other suddenly. And they were able to talk against the authority because everybody's a human. There's nobody better than you. You are able to talk back and to not feel this difference with your colleagues. And with that, you get team building. So meditation and mindfulness, great. But nowadays, we need effective, stress resilient training, more cognitive awareness, more energy boost. You do this.
You heard it from the legend himself. Wim, thank you for your time, brother. Thank you, brother.
Right on, right on, right on, right on. Yeah.
Woo! Give it up for Wim.